never, never, weather, weather, better. Lesser leather, never, weather, 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 better. Hey! Welcome to Hot Topics.
I'm Elaine.
Still grooving out this music.
And he's...
This is Elaine.
Welcome to Hot Topics.
I'm Keith. This is Elaine.
Yep.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Hot Topics. Filming right here from scenic Times Square. Boom! What's up, New York? Oh! Yeah!
This is right in the center of the biggest city in the biggest country in the world.
Happens. This is where it all happens.
That's what we are. That's factually accurate.
Yep. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody watching on Manhattan Cable, all the folks watching our live stream here on mnn.org. Say what's up to the Rat's Nest.
Hey, Rat's Nest.
What's going on, y'all?
Love you.
We love you.
We love you so much.
That doesn't sound needy, right? That doesn't sound sad.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want to be too clingy. We don't want to come across like that.
We don't want to come across like we're looking so badly for your approval and love and affection and compliments about how much you like our show.
But we don't want you to think we're not interested either.
So
we're kind of riding that fence.
We're
trying to figure out what's the appropriate amount of affection.
Whether to text you back after, things.
Yeah. Wait a day.
Yeah. So we're still figuring it out.
Yeah. I completely blanked on what we do here.
I think we were going to...
Our show, basically our show, Hot Topics.
Yeah. And in this show, we talk about the hottest topics of the day, curated by two people who try to read the news when we can.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get pretty busy during the week, so we, don't get enough time really to peruse the New York Times or even Gawker. And sometimes we do. And
sometimes that's all we do.
Sometimes that's all
we have time for.
So we offer you that cogent commentary, because who better to report the news than
two people who vaguely may or may not have read the news that week.
Who just learned about most of the topics that we're doing today.
So how are you feeling, by the way?
It's been an interesting last month in October, and Halloween's coming up, and I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm riding the wave. The wave's been going like this, and I think I'm riding this part of the wave.
Oh wow!
I think that's the good part, right?
The top of the wave.
Top of the wave, and I love that it's fall. I love fall, and I love this show. So how are you feeling? Are you okay there? Are you?
Yeah. I just all of a sudden started feeling a little bit kind of like lightheaded.
Okay.
Kind of dizzy. I'm not really.
You're
sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll pass. It's just feeling.
Okay. Do you need to sit down, or I guess you're sitting down, but do you need to lie down?
I don't know. I just. Hey everybody! Rasputin here. Hey, did you break that light bulb trying to unscrew it? Try cutting a potato in half and use that end. Don't go putting tools inside of there. You might get shocked. Rasputin here. Hey, did you happen to lose the back end of your earring? Try using a pencil eraser. It'll come through in a pinch, and everybody has a pencil eraser, right? Rasputin here. Make sure you wash off your fruit and vegetables. You never can tell where that came from. It might be coated in pesticide. You don't want your baby being born with 3 arms, do you? Right. Here for helpful tips. And make sure you tune in next week to Hot Topics for our pre-Halloween Eve Spooktacular. Rasputin here. Rasputin here.
Oh my God! Are you?
Oh my God! What happened?
Okay?
What was? Oh my God! What was that?
You were Rasputin. You turned into Rasputin.
I turned into the Rasputin.
Yeah.
Again? That happened again?
The second time.
Really?
It happened last week, as you know, and you just did it again.
Oh my God! That's fascinating. So was I like giving like juicy information about like the last days of the Russian Empire, or what it was like being on the inside with Tsar Nicholas Romanov and all that stuff? Do I know what happened to Anastasia?
Not quite. You were giving household tips, like kind of like little like household tips like about light bulbs and pesticides, like washing. I don't even know if were pesticides around when Rasputin was
Well, he was a mystic.
He was a mystic.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, but you didn't give away any secrets, so don't worry. Unless how to put an eraser on the back of your earring is a secret.
I never thought of that. That's smart.
Yeah,
That
I know.
makes
Well,
sense.
it's good. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't have an ear pierce, I don't think. But
No.
did you ever have one?
No,
I can
I
totally
never
see you having an ear pierce.
Yeah, one day.
Okay. Anyway.
So, I guess we're going to move on to our next little segment, which is, as you guys may know, Elaine and I, this is Keith and Elaine's Largely Uneducated
Giants Jets predictions for October.
For the month of October. Elaine and I have a little wager to determine who's going to get to pick the other person's Halloween costume for our pre-Halloween Eve holiday Spooktacular.
Which Rasputin also helpfully advertised for us.
Oh, wow. That was really
yeah,
nice.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
I can see why the Tsar really was seduced by him.
Yes.
And the Tsar,
Got
you know.
on the inside.
Yeah.
So basically, Elaine and I, we tried to determine, we wanted to see who could more accurately predict the outcomes of Jets and Giants games for the month of October.
That is right.
And let's see how we are. We're 3 weeks into it, so we've just reached the end of the third quarter. Our predictions for the Jets. Well, it turns out.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Wow! Good job, Keith.
I did a pretty good job, pretty spot on with guessing the outcomes of these Jets games. Elaine, you did have that one hiccup. It looks like on October 13th.
I should have gone with the Steelers, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But you bounced back and we both accurately guessed the Jets that time. So that has me up 3-2 at that point. But then let's fast forward over to
the Giants.
New York Giants. It looks like
the Giants are not doing well, but I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, you did pretty well. You did pretty well on that.
You always have to go with the Bears. Remember the Bears?
The Bears are gold standard.
Our gold standard.
Yes. Well, actually, the Giants did do well for you this week because they beat the Minnesota Vikings. The one week I didn't pick the Vikings, or I didn't pick the Giants.
Yeah, right.
They lose or they win. Yeah. So basically, with the tally of those scores at the end of 3 quarters, it looks like Elaine is up 4-3.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to pick your costume.
It seems that way because as of next week, we both picked the same. We both picked the Giants to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. But regardless of what they do, whatever that happens in that game is going to nullify. So the most I can hope to do is tie Elaine. So Elaine has no way of losing, and I have no real way of winning. We can only tie.
And if we tie, we decided that we would both dress up?
We would both. Okay. We're both going to dress up. But
how does that make it a...
You know what? Let's just decide each other's costume, I think.
All right.
Yeah, we should just allow... Right. We should just pick... So
tune in... This whole football thing
was a sham. We didn't even need to do it.
We just were trying to get you to tune in. Because I know that's why you guys were tuning in.
Yeah.
And... It looks like we're both going to surprise our viewers next week when you see what costume Keith chose for me and what costume I chose for him.
Yeah.
And I can tell you these are good costumes.
Yeah. It's going to be spooky.
It's going to be
Spooktacular.
Yeah, you will be scared.
Okay, so I guess we got that out of the way. You know what? What's the name of the show?
I think it's HotTopics. I want to say
HotTopics. Terpix? Is it Hat Tapix?
It's hot potato.
It's hot
a hot potato if we don't get started on our hot topics right now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and fire off some hot topics here, shall we? Let's get to it.
What do we got? Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Ooh, this is a morbid little thing that happened this week.
So, Keith, tell us about this one.
Well, apparently, 17-year-old girl, I think she was with her friend. They were apprehended in Victoria's Secret for shoplifting, and I guess when the security was going through their bags, they came across a fetus or a dead baby.
So she didn't steal that from Victoria's Secret?
I don't think so. Yeah.
They don't sell.
They did. They checked this. They checked their inventory of dead babies and found that they weren't missing.
They weren't missing any.
So this was clearly a dead baby she brought in with her.
Okay.
But yeah.
Make sure. Or maybe she stole that from like another store.
Yeah. It was part of her several stops in.
Yeah. But, that wasn't at the Atlantic Terminal, Victoria's Secret, was it, in Brooklyn?
I don't think it was. I think it was in Midtown.
It seems like something that would happen there. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like a real dead baby.
Victoria's
bring a dead baby on a shoplifting spree thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a weird story.
So weird.
It's fascinating.
She just she just had that going. She left it in her bag, and she got apprehended, and I don't know, just.
She said, well, she said that she had a miscarriage.
Smiling because it's very sad. So
but it's
did
fascinating.
You have a miscarriage in the mall, and then?
I don't know that it was in the mall.
Okay.
I think they're saying that she brought the baby with her, and it's just, you know, your wheels can just spin all day on, you know, the
motives of
the motives of just the decision making to go into a mall after you've had a miscarriage, and they're like, well, the first thing I need to do is get a negligee, you know, or some sexy underwear, and I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah,
I'm going to steal it.
Yes.
And you know what? I'm just going to take this with me.
All right.
I don't
know. That's it. I think we have to move on to our next hot topic. Oh my God, New York City goes 7 days.
7 days.
Sans
7
murder.
days. Sans murder.
Sans murder.
High five for New York City. We did it. We didn't
Yeah.
murder anybody for 7
you go,
full
Ray
days.
Kelly. You go, Mike Bloomberg.
That's right.
But here's a even crazier thing. New York, LA's giving you a run for your money. LA went 10 days.
10 days.
10 days.
10 days. 10 days, they didn't even have to use their AK.
Yeah.
I guess they're having 10 good days.
Yeah. Must be nice. So I was just thinking, like, when I saw this story, you know, everyone in New York, the officials were like, oh, like, we're so, look at us, look at what we did.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I felt like they were, like, kind of implicitly rubbing it into cities that have, like, no hope of ever going, you know, like 2 days without murder.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, Detroit, or all right, like Birmingham.
Take that, Baltimore.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Does Birmingham have a high murder?
I don't know. I just have heard that cities in the South have a high crime rate, so but I'm not sure if Birmingham actually does.
They might, you know, they might actually go several 7 days. Like, yeah, we do it all the time.
They're like, come on, New York. Anyway.
Yeah, how much of a feather in our cap is that?
Is that really?
And it's not like, I'm sure there were attempted murders.
Yeah.
I'm sure people tried. They were just off their game that week.
Yeah. They messed up.
Yeah.
It was a bad week.
Missing.
They're gonna drink their coffee this week.
Yeah, they're gonna eat their Wheaties and go out and kill.
Yeah, and they're hopefully gonna kill Banksy. No.
What? Kill Banksy?
No.
You want him to kill Banksy?
No, I don't. But I just was thinking because Mayor Bloomberg wants to apprehend Banksy, and I was wondering.
You were channeling Mayor Bloomberg at that moment?
Mayor Bloomberg, exactly. Who,
yeah.
I think even though he likes no murders, I think he will make an exception.
In the case of Bansky.
I think it's pronounced Banksy.
Oh, is it? What did I say?
Because you said Bansky.
Okay.
You called him, which is kind of sounds like a Yiddish, like, you know, old person from like the early 1900s.
So, Bansky. Banksy is still at it. He put up a new piece up on West 79th.
Is that right? Well, do you know what it was?
It's one where like a child is like hammering into one of those Siamese pipes on the side of a building.
Okay.
They did another one.
At it.
Yeah, he did one in the South Bronx of a child spray painting. What is it, Ghetto Life or Thug Life or something? Life. And next to him is a painting of a butler holding 2 cans of spray paint.
Okay.
So here's the thing, like previously,
awesome. Mr. Belvedere, yo.
Yeah.
Mr. Belvedere.
Hats off to Mr. Belvedere. If you're watching out there, whatever your acting name is.
I love you, man.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show.
I used to watch it too.
So
but like. Mayor Bloomberg has actually said he wants to apprehend Banksy. And the thing is that he doesn't actually have anything on him because until someone files a complaint, like formally complains about their graffiti on their private property, they really don't have anything on him.
Oh, right, because it has to be like a damage, like a personal injury.
Exactly.
Or damage of some
exactly.
kind.
So now the thing that they're doing is anytime Banksy puts up a piece, the police are like going to the owner of the building, like, do you want to file a complaint?
And the owner's
do you want to file a complaint? And they're
the
quite
like,
the contrary.
The owner's like, hey, live and let live, man.
Yeah. Or they're like putting up gates, they're putting up plexiglass, they're hiring guards now. Like the days of vandalizing a Banksy minutes after it goes up are over.
Oh wow! So people are on Banksy's side.
People are on Banksy's side. The tide has turned. New York City is pro Bansky.
Well, we have so much more to say about Bansky, but we have to move on.
Yeah.
Our next hot topics. Oh my God, this one's crazy. A smelly washer lawsuit goes to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court says we're not going to hear this one. Throws it back to federal court in Chicago.
I say. Good on our judicial system
Court.
that we're not having these frivolous, smelly washer lawsuits. They're bleeding us.
Now,
dry. They're bleeding the taxpayer dry.
This is a funny one, though. So, I mean, I kind of wonder if this suit has legs because they're contending that washers that are front-loaded,
which are becoming more popular now.
Which are in all of the local laundromats that I go to in my neighborhood, produce more mildew and therefore smellier clothes than top-loading washers. So, and I actually have noticed, I have trouble washing a towel. I still keep that towel around. I contemplate getting rid of it every time I do my laundry. And I'm wondering if could have to do with the front-loaded washer.
Well, you're supposed to.
So maybe I should join this class action.
Well, this isn't your washer. It's
well, correct. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I should sue the laundromat once
yeah.
they get the damages from the class action.
And then they
suit.
in turn will sue the washer manufacturer, and then all the way up to SCOTUS.
You know, Americans, we love lawsuits.
Yeah, to Antonin Scalia.
Yeah, Justice Scalia, who also.
I will now hear the case of the smelly front-loading washer.
I bet he like has he has a smelly washer, and then so he's gonna rule. Like every justice who has a smelly washer is gonna rule in favor.
They really should redact themselves.
If they have smelly washers. Yeah. All right. I think we gotta move on.
Yeah, we gotta move
on
right
we're
here.
Going through these croissants.
Croissants. Now you're probably wondering, hey, don't you guys talk about cronuts an awful lot? We do. But before there was a cronut,
there was a croissant.
And a donut. But a croissant.
Yeah. This week we're talking about the CR part of the cronut.
Yeah, the croissant.
So here's a question that our showrunner posed to us earlier. Our showrunner Rachel posed to us. Croissants or donuts?
Yeah.
If you can't have a cronut, which do you like better?
Yeah.
I said a donut. I am going back and forth on this because I love a nice warm, croissant. If you go to Paris and you just can't get a better croissant than that, and I feel like a tool for being like, oh my God, you get such good croissants.
I mean, if you go to Paris and you just decide I'm gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts, I mean, why did you go to Paris?
Why did you go to Paris?
Why did you go to Paris?
Yeah.
Did you not go there for their flaky, delicious, moon-shaped?
Yeah, moon-shaped. And did you know croissants in French it means belief? So I wonder if there's something to an arc-shaped pastry representing a belief system of some kind. Or the cross.
Like Jesus Christ.
Oh, cross, yeah.
Jesus Christ, the official savior of Hot Topics.
Yes, died for
This is a Christian show.
And I wonder if they have cronuts in France. That's my last thought on that subject.
That sounds like a good country song title. I wonder if we got cronuts down in France.
Yes. All right, moving on. World Series matchup determined.
Elaine, who is in the World Series this year?
Oh my God, I have no idea. Okay, I know it's not the Cubs because it's never the Cubs.
Okay.
I'm going to guess an LA team.
No.
Okay.
Close.
San Francisco.
Nope, San Francisco's not in it.
San Diego team. Padres? Pards? The Pards?
You're kind of on the right path. All right, think of the prefix of both of the last two cities you've said.
San Antonio?
Okay. Well, the same root word, the same. What does that mean? San in those instances. What does San Francisco mean?
The St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Oh, nice. Okay. St. Louis Braves. No, St. Louis Cardinals.
Sure.
And then the Atlanta Braves. How about that? Let's put that one out there.
Nope, not the Atlanta Braves.
All right. The Florida Marlins.
Nope.
The Boston Red Sox.
The Boston Red Sox.
Oh, of course I should have guessed.
Yeah.
Of course, because nobody likes them, including me.
Me neither. I'm not.
Sorry, I'm not a big fan.
Unless they're playing against the Yankees.
Boston in general.
You don't like Boston in general?
Not a fan of Boston in general.
Really?
Yeah.
I
have to go there in like 3 weeks. I'm gonna have to go there twice this year for conferences.
I'm sorry.
Apparently,
you don't like Boston.
Not crazy about Boston.
Yeah.
I love New York though. Next topic, charging right ahead. Okay, there was a survey in which Manhattan, the borough we're sitting in right now, in the heart of, in front of Times Square, was voted the friendliest borough of all 5 boroughs. Bronx, Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, not as friendly as Manhattan. Now, I am in total disbelief about this.
Yeah.
What do you think? Which one do you think is friendliest?
I mean, who are they sampling? Who are they asking? Who are these people? Are these like real bourgeois, art gallery hopping people
Yeah.
are just like, oh, everybody here is so nice.
Yeah, we just love everyone, and like
Jeez,
and
you
like
guys
the
are so
Brooklyn
nice here.
and Queens and all the other borough people are like more real and honest. So
Yeah.
they're like, you know what? Some people are assholes. You
Yeah.
know, but that's New York,
The
right?
lady at DSW at the Atlantic Center was so mean to me. Brooklyn is
Yeah,
not
exactly.
friendly.
Yeah.
But
I
people in Manhattan at Dominique Ansel Bakery, where I get cronuts,
They're so nice.
are so friendly.
Right.
You know
They're
what?
like, my doorman says hi to me every day because he's paid to say hi to me.
And I still don't know his name.
But he's so nice.
Yeah.
And you know, my parents don't talk to me anymore. All right.
Those are our hot topics for
Wow.
today. If you want to hit us up with some hot topics, got any ideas, hit us up.
Yeah.
KE HotTopics
at gmail.com.
That's K as in Keith.
E as in Elaine.
HotTopics at gmail.com. Let us know if you have some ideas for
Absolutely.
some hot topics.
Absolutely.
So right now, what are we?
We are going to talk about. We're going to do a little pre-spooktacular pregame
That's right.
and talk about our trick-or-treating experiences. when we were
Okay, yeah.
younger.
And so we're ramping up for our pre-Halloween Eve Spooktacular.
Yes.
And check this out.
Woo!
Woo! It's getting spooky in here.
Let's get it spooky in here. Let's get spooky.
So Elaine and I, we were trying to think of things we could talk about in relation to Halloween and our ramp up for next week. And we thought it'd be enjoyable if we each listed our 3 worst trick or treat experiences, or our 3 worst trick or treats. These are Keith and Elaine's top 3 worst trick or treats. Or I guess that's top 3 worst. It's like bottom 3.
Yeah, top 3 bad. So.
Let's start with Elaine.
All right.
Let's talk about the 3 worst things.
The 3 worst things. Number 3, 11 cents. So I went trick-or-treating. I remember it was in Central Street in Wilmette, Illinois, where I grew up. And this guy just threw a bunch of pennies into my little pumpkin cotton bag. And it's like he just threw, it wasn't even dimes, it wasn't nickels, it wasn't quarters, it was pennies. And he looked so pleased with himself, like he had really done me a favor and given, because I'm a kid and kids love, having any amount of money they can get. And I could use it to buy candy rather than get candy from him. This is what I have to say.
Introduced the middleman. So
yeah, this is what I have to say about that treat. Yeah. All right, the next treat was this one was funny because it was a cookie. It wasn't a big cookie. It was one of those peanut butter footprint cookies with the little single chocolate chip.
Not a Nutter Butter?
Or not footprint, but a fingerprint. I don't know, something like that. Peanut butter blossom. It has a chocolate chip in the middle of the peanut butter thing. Okay. And it was unwrapped. It was just, I gave us this. It's not a big cookie. And as you might remember, you're a little older than me, but by the time we were kids, parents were very worried about poison and stuff, or razors being in candy, because there had actually been instances of this. And I think that, I was not allowed to eat that cookie. So I just want you to know, sir, that you didn't help anything.
Yeah.
For bad treat. All right, and the last one, wax lips. My sister reminded me of this one. Somebody gave us wax lips, those red things, and they're not edible. So you just put them up. Actually, I have an appendage treat that I wanted to bring on just to show you that they're still making appendage treats now. But yeah, anyway, so that was it. It wasn't a good Halloween that year.
Okay. I'll tell you my top 3 worst trick or treats. Number 3 for me, I got a powdered donut. Guy gave me a powdered donut. Easily, donuts in general, just a bad thing to give a kid on Halloween because, they're unwrapped, they're messy, they're crumbly. But the powdered donut is the messiest donut of all. It could only have been messier if it were a jelly donut. And I think the guy did it just as a fuck you, haha, I'm gonna get crumbs all over your
Was
candy.
it an Entenmann's or was it a Dunkin'?
It was one of the gem boxes of Hostess things.
Oh, that's even lamer. That's really lame. Oh.
Okay, my number 2 worst trick or treat, an orange slice, not the candied orange slice, an orange slice. A guy cut up orange and gave it to me. Now I'm not against people giving out fruit on Halloween. I think, sure, there's a way too much sugar going around. Maybe a fruit change up. There's no problem with that. But, you know, give me a clementine. Give me like a whole orange that comes in a natural wrapper. Don't give me this wet, slimy, thing. It's just oozing juice and, you know, that I have to eat on the spot and then ruin my...
Did you eat it on the spot?
I think I did, or I just didn't eat it, or I don't really know. I just accepted it as a kid because I'm an idiot. And the worst trick-or-treat thing I ever got, a card trick. Someone took me up on the trick option of the trick-or-treat, and he did one of these, and wasn't even a good card trick. It wasn't like, he had like a fixed deck. Wasn't even like a legit deck, so there was no real slyness in terms of sleight of hand. It was just like, here is a deck that's lying to me immediately, like from the outset, and I just watched it, and he wasn't even that good, and he got to keep doing that all day, and he never ran out. So
he had to just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that was his thing, and everyone probably was like, "What the?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
What the heck?"
Yeah, yeah. And he probably thought he saved the buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, just $10.
Yeah, and kids love it, right?
So, all right, so last thing we're going to do here, we're kind of winding down this episode. We had so much stuff to cram into this, guy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Guys, this is going out to the Rat's Nest because what we want to do is next week we want to have a special portion of Hot Topics where we have topics culled by you guys, the Rat's Nest. We're not going to wait for you to email us. We're going to get these topics right now. What I'd like to do is we're going to set a timer right now to some music, and while this music is playing, we would really like you guys to just hammer out whatever topics you would like to see on the show next week. They don't have to necessarily be Hot Topics. These are going to be Rats topics. So when the music starts, let's go ahead and get the music going. Cue that stuff up. And we'll start timing for 1 minute, and then 1 minute in, just type as many topics as you can.
As you want.
Yeah.
Make them hot, don't make them hot, make them rats.
Make them definitively ratsy.
Yes,
ratsy topics.
Yeah, rats topics.
So here we go. Here comes this music. Ready? And we're gonna watch the feed.
Guys.